Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Group Chat.
Yep.
Got a hell of an episode.
Unbelievable interview.
Unbelievable. And shout out to all the new Zach Bia fans that we got listening.
Yeah.
We see you. This
Famous
might not,
people.
I don't know. Hopefully we can keep you. We don't.
Happy to have you here, though.
Yeah, we're happy to have you. I hope we can keep your attention.
I think this episode will be the most listened Group Chat episode with blue checks next to their Instagram
Blue
name.
checks flying in. We're starting out with a hot interview.
Yeah.
Who do we got on it?
Anne McFerran, founder and CEO of Glamnetic. She is killing it.
Killing it. Big.
Just to tease it, $50 million in revenue first year.
First year in business.
Yes.
Holy cow. Okay. Well, we're going to find out how and why and where we're going next.
It's really
What's
inspiring.
year two?
Yeah.
$1 billion?
She said 100.
Go public.
Yeah.
Go public right now. Okay, we got a lot to cover. We're going to talk about all things stock market. We got probably, I don't know, one of the biggest IPOs that we've seen in a while coming. Definitely the biggest on TikTok.
Pete's got a lot of choices to make with the number of IPOs coming out.
Yeah, because these are big ones. I'd say Pete and Tim, these are big for both funds, you know?
This is probably my biggest performance of the year coming up.
Yeah, you got to get ready. I'd save every dollar and then just decide where you're going to allocate it. Okay. We're going to talk about all things business, stock market, all that. We're going to talk about COVID, interesting COVID update, more so about the fact that the true origin and timeline is so mysterious.
Yeah.
And we'll never fully know. And then, of course, we're going to talk about, the working from home progress. What's going on, what that looks like. Traveling? Are people going to be traveling? Here's the question that we're going to try to get to the bottom of in this episode. The moment these vaccines kick in, does traveling go through the roof? Or do people now realize how much money they're able to save from not doing all this traveling, especially business traveling, and they all stay at home and do video chats?
Is traveling home wrecking or going to save homes?
You know what? Well said. Okay. That and many, many more things. Let's get into some group chat.
We're good. Pete? Okay. You're recording the Zoom?
Yep.
For sure? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special guest to kick off today's episode. Fresh off the Forbes Top 30 list. Wow. She's laughing, but it's a big deal. I mean, we talk about those.
You know what's even bigger deal if you read her description? It says she's doing $50 million this year.
Yes. So Anne McFerran is here. Anne McFerran is here from Glamnetic. It's great to have you on with us. And I'm super excited to talk to you because your business is like phenomenal to me.
Thank you. Oh my God. I'm so excited to be here because listen to you guys all the time because I don't have time to watch the news. So
amazing.
Good.
That's great. Even better. We have Kathy here.
We have Kathy.
So tell us about your business because I know you're in the eyelash business. That's like your main category. And correct me if I'm wrong, are magnetic eyelashes a new thing or it's been around forever? As I'm not too familiar.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I can take you through the whole spiel, I guess.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Yeah, so basically, any girl can tell you the hardest part of any beauty routine is applying lashes. It's because the lash glue, it's super gloopy. Obviously, you're guys, I want to explain it to you guys as much as possible. It's super gloopy. It's hard to apply because you have to apply a precise amount of glue on the lash band. And then you have to wait for it to dry a precise amount of time. And say if you don't wait long enough and you put on your eye, you get glue all over your eyes. And I've actually heard of some girls gluing their eyes shut.
Oh my God.
And it's not cute, obviously, especially if you're like rushing to go to a really important event and then your eyes are just like glued shut. So, and then on top of that, even if you do wait a precise amount of time for the glue to dry and you place it down correctly, readjusting it is such a pain because you have to take it off and then start the whole process again. So it's just crazy because lashes actually haven't been innovated upon for like about 100 years. The first invention of lashes actually came out in 1902. And then around 10 years ago, which was like 100 years later after the invention of lashes, magnetic lashes kind of came out of the woodwork So basically only 10 years ago did magnetic lashes start becoming a thing. And obviously it was so striking to a lot of girls because they've never even heard of something like that. They've never heard lashes get innovated upon. But it didn't quite work as well as you would think, like in terms of, you think of magnetic lashes, you're like, oh, that should be easy to apply because they're magnetic. But it was really difficult because the top lash, basically there's two sides of the magnets. The top lash has a magnet facing downwards, and then the bottom lash has a magnet facing upwards. And then you sandwich your lashes in between. So it was really difficult to put on, and it also would fall off easily. And it also was really thin and plasticky looking. So I think basically just 10 years ago, magnetic lashes started becoming a thing.
Wow.
Obviously, we've innovated upon that when we came out with our magnetic lashes and liner.
So when did you guys come out?
This was only about a year ago, so August of 2019.
Whoa, this business has only been around 1 year?
Yeah.
Oh my God. So did you guys walk us through, like, did you guys know that this was an opportunity, or did you already have a following in beauty, or like, how did it all come together? Because like, this is like insane growth in 1 year. As someone who runs businesses, I don't have anything that has done that well in 1 year.
It's virtually impossible to go from 0 to 50 million in a year.
Yeah.
Well, we did 1 million last year in August, from August to December. And
Wow.
so we went from 1 to 50, but yeah.
Not bad.
She was like, "Oh, I did 1 to 50. You guys are a bunch of idiots." And so what did it? Is it the way you guys marketed it? Is it your actual product? Like, what's the secret sauce here that what you figured out that like 10 years it's been around, and like, I don't understand how no one else figured it out.
Right. So it's way different from the normal magnetic lashes that I described earlier, because I think what was revolutionary was the fact that the eyeliner itself was magnetic. So that idea was pretty novel at the time that it came out. And it basically just eliminated an entire step that girls usually have to follow to apply their lashes. Because all you have to do is apply your normal eyeliner. Like most girls apply eyeliner like right over your lash line. And so now instead of just having normal liner, that liner is now magnetic and slash becomes sort of like the hold power for lashes itself. And the lashes have 6 magnets on them. So I think that was something that blew a lot of people's minds when it came out.
Yeah. And so is that like a patent protected thing that you guys are the only proprietor of that keeps you separate, or you guys have now built a brand, and if people want that experience, they come to you?
I think, well, we weren't able to get a patent on it. I didn't know anything about patents before I launched. I'm really kicking myself for not knowing about that prior, but I just literally came in with 0 experience into business. Like before I was an artist, I actually used to paint. I used to make murals for like David Dobrik, like all of these like big YouTubers would ask me to come paint their places for pranks or whatever. So it was obviously a complete 180 for me to go into business. So I didn't know anything about that, which I wish I did. Because usually you have to apply for a patent about like pretty much before you launch your business. So I didn't do that, which is fine. I mean, there's a lot of people now in the market for it, but I think how we've been able to stand out was just how good our marketing was. I have a very creative background because, again, I was an artist before. So I just have a really good eye for content. And, fortunately enough, that's the name of the game now, is how good and creative and eye-catching your content is. And so I think that mixed with the fact that the product itself is such a revolutionary idea and product, and it fixes one of the most, difficult parts of makeup. It solves that issue that girls face every day, which is applying lashes. Most girls, if you ask them, they don't know how to apply lashes yet. That's probably one of the most desirable parts of makeup is the lashes, because it's so transformational. And that's why girls spend hundreds of thousands of, like, even I've seen girls, spend literally $200 per every fill for every 2 weeks for like 10 years straight. And that's like
Oh my God.
thousands of dollars for lash extensions because they just don't know how to apply lashes themselves. And so I think we came in at the perfect time, solving that problem right away. And it pretty much blew up. A lot of it, believe it or not, was word of mouth. And a lot of it too was just being really, really good at marketing and being able to scale up ads, scale up influencer spend, scale up all of the above, and also be profitable at the same time. It's something that we just found a sweet spot and have just kind of been on this like crazy trajectory. Like we're projected to do 100 million next year.
Jeez.
Was there a moment that started this explosive growth, or was it actually just word of mouth and you went from 1 million to 10 million to 20, 30 and you were just like, holy shit, what's going on?
It started off, I mean, really strong. The first day of sales, we did $1,000, and that was with like no marketing at all. It was all organic, just on Instagram. And I just got so many messages of girls saying, wow, like you've completely changed my life. Like I can now apply lashes thanks to you. Wow. And it lifts. I mean, I feel like makeup, it's makeup, obviously it's an item, but it's a product, but it does change the way that girls feel about themselves, the way that they view themselves. And I also was that girl because I was born in Thailand, immigrated here when I was 7. And I had really low confidence when I came here because I just felt like an outsider always. And discovering
now you're rich, so it doesn't matter. All those people who shit on you go face.
pretty much, no. No, for sure. I mean, obviously it feels good, but at the same time, I'm like, oh, I think, I feel like in business, you always feel like you could do better. And I feel like I'm at that point in my life. I'm super proud of what we've been able to do in like 1 year, especially coming from literally like being a broke artist, and then just also being down on myself emotionally at the time that I started Glamnetic. I feel for the first time like proud of myself, but yeah, I was that girl that was like low confidence. And then I found lashes, I found makeup, and lashes especially just helped me gain this confidence and become a new person. And confidence makes you be able to feel like you are worthy of accomplishing goals. And I feel like I was able to then step into that new person that I always wanted to be, which is who I am now. And I feel like I'm helping girls do that through Glamnetic because they really are transforming their lives for the better. It sounds crazy, but just through our lashes. Like we have this 20,000 person private Facebook group of just girls who are obsessed with Glamnetic, and that's all they talk about, and like how Glamnetic has changed their lives. They buy everything that we launch. So we just created this insane community in such a short period of time. So I mean, yeah, and that's the one main thing that I'm so proud of. Money is like one thing, but like creating a community, that's something that's completely priceless.
Yeah, and do you think? Congratulations, by the way, because this is an amazing story. Can you explain to me, why do you think like the beauty industry seems to be getting disrupted with new brands more so than anything? So here's my one theory is all these years beauty was being run by men, and now it's finally being run by women who actually are solving the problem, versus like these old stodgy, like if you look at who owns Revlon, you're like, that guy owns Revlon. Like what does he know about cosmetics? And I feel like every month I read about it.
Broke.
What?
Isn't he going broke?
He's going broke. He had to sell his planes, his yacht. You should buy his stuff. I think he's selling a mansion in New York for like $100 million. You should just pick it up. But I'm just like, yeah. But I think I'm like watching the beauty industry being disrupted every week, like by somebody new, and I'm just like, how did they're letting this happen?
I think that's a great observation. I think what it is everything has become way more accessible. I think largely in part due to Shopify. I don't want to give them too much credit, but I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's made it way easier for small businesses to come on and just start their own like website in like minutes. Man, I sound like an ad right now, but I'm not trying to. But I just feel like it's become way more accessible. And then I think women are getting more empowered. I see TikToks all the time that are like, oh, starting my small business. And it's like all these girls starting their like lip gloss business, whatever it is. And I think other girls feel empowered to do the same. I think before also there was a stigma around, I think, women starting their own businesses and also being successful at it. And now I feel like it's really praised. And I think a lot of women look up to other women that do well, and it becomes like this sort of chain reaction.
Yeah.
But for me, I think it was definitely the accessibility of it and just like how far in reach it was versus I think before it seemed like you have to have a lot of capital to start a business like that. Like to start a Revlon, you would have to have a lot of funding. And like, I think a lot of girls feel intimidated by like, how do we even start getting funded? For me, you know, we were able to be self-funded, which was amazing, and be profitable, you know, within the first month. And that, I feel like that just is unprecedented. I feel like the internet has made everything so much more accessible in terms of just suppliers too, like reaching out to suppliers and getting information from other suppliers and getting the products that you want to get, and also being able to develop it. Before, you have to have large teams to do all of those things. Now, like one person can do it all. And I actually didn't start hiring my first employee until 6 months into the business when we were doing $1 million a month. And I was like the customer service rep. I was the social media girl. I was doing all of the content. I was doing the product development, like all of it. And I just don't feel like that was something that was accessible like 10 years ago.
Yeah. That's
Do you
true.
have a sweet spot of a certain demographic or age group that gravitates towards your product?
We have actually, it's actually a wide range of people, but I would say the girls, I think that the older ladies, like 30, I would say 40 plus, really gravitate towards our products the most. And I also think it has to do with just the fact that they aren't able to apply lashes like ever in their past, in their entire life. And then now to finally meet a product that is able to do that, I think that's like for them super mind blowing. Girls in their 20s as well, although the product is a little bit more high end. So, you know, that's something to think about, but our core is around like probably 25 to 45. We do have some younger people as well, but we find that Glamnetic is everyone's kind of first introduction into lashes and being able to apply lashes for the first time. And I feel really thankful that we're able to start people on that lash journey, because it's an amazing one towards like self-confidence and self-growth.
And go ahead.
Oh, and what's the repeat? So if you have a pair of lashes, how long does it last? Or how does it work? Because obviously we're guys and have no idea.
40 wears. I read on their site.
40 wears?
Yeah. Wow.
Yes. Love it. He knows all the keys. So yeah, that's correct. It's 40, basically up to 40 times. And I've had people wear it even more than that, because the lashes are magnetic. Again, there's no glue to clump up on the lash band. Typically, when you use a glue lash, the glue goes directly on the lash band and then it gets goopy. And then you try to peel it off and then you end up damaging your lashes. And that's like the terrible, that's like a terrible experience, because you spend all this money on lashes and then you rip it up in like a couple wears. So with ours, it's just magnetic liner that gets stuck on the magnets and then it's easy to like clean. Also, the box has a magnetic strip in it, so you can just like easily place it back on, and it contours to the lash shape perfectly, so your lashes stay in better shape. So yeah, basically 40 wears, but the repeat purchasers has actually been incredible. I thought that since it lasted a longer time that we'd be having a lower repeat purchase rate, but something that we found is that once somebody actually receives their first product, they are so mind blown and so excited that they go to the website like that moment and buy more.
Wow.
So it's like a 12-day like lapse period, pretty much, like where they just go and buy and buy. And
God.
as we have now 40 plus styles on the site. So I've noticed like on the Glam Fam, our Facebook group, they'll have an entire collection of like all of our lashes, all 40 lashes. They'll like play lash bingo with each other, and then like they'll have a image of all 40 lash styles, and then cross out like which lashes they got and which ones they have left. And it's so cool to see. They get so excited, and they tell all of their friends about it. It's like it's incredible.
And what's kind of next for you guys? Like, are you going to expand categories, or you just want to be the lash queen?
Yes. So we've expanded to nails already. We already just came out with 4 press-on nails. I feel like that's another big category for us because I want to be that like innovative at-home salon, like life hack. Because now you can't go into the nail salon to get your nails done because of quarantine. So having nails is an absolute lifesaver, and it goes hand in hand with having lashes. You can't have lashes without having nails. And so we're focused next year on heavily expanding the press-on nails / like other nails items that I don't want to say right now, category. And I feel like that's going to be like just as large as our lash category, although our lash category is like obviously expanding faster just because we have more products out. But we have some really, really exciting collabs like next year that I think is going to be like game changing for the brand.
Wow. And do you like, what's your vision for the business going forward? Because like you obviously had a lot of success really early on. And when you look at like the press, when you talk about new beauty companies, the only 2 brands you really hear are Kylie Cosmetics and then Glossier. And so Kylie Cosmetics obviously partnered with a powerful kind of person in the industry with being ColourPop. And then she's one of the most famous women on earth. So we know that formula works. Glossier went and just raised a shitload of money to compete with larger. And then here you are, which you're on the same trajectory as those people, but completely unconventional in terms of like, you kind of broke all the rules on how to actually launch a business and grow it so quickly. Like, where do you see yourself? Do you think you'll sell the business? Do you think you'll buy other businesses? Do you like want to do this for the rest of your life? Because you're only 27 years old. I mean, I would sell it, trick it off, and just travel the world and be rich. But you may have another plan.
Maybe that's why you haven't built the business.
Yeah, this is why I can't do 100 mil. I got close, and I was like, this is not for me.
That's an amazing question. It's something that I've been thinking about too, and I feel like I'm glad that I started at the age that I did. If I had started younger, I probably would have felt differently. But because I started at 27, I felt like I went through a lot of life experiences where, for example, like I just felt like I felt purposeless in life. And I know probably a lot of people can relate to that. They're always trying to find their purpose. Like, what's my purpose? Like everyone's talking about this purpose. And for me, that was like my when I found Glamnetic, I was like, this is my purpose in life. It sounds so cheesy, but yeah, I do want to stick with this for as long as I can. Like I want to build it. I want to build it into a company that like fulfills all of like every girl's or even men who wear makeup, every person's dream of what like makeup products they would ever want. And I want to throw my like artistic creativity into the brand and make it so fun and like make makeup exciting again. Cause I just feel like makeup, I don't know. I feel like makeup has turned into like this like mass production machine of just like, let's just launch more and more and more and more, but like not really focused on like, how is this different from everything else on the market? And I feel like that's what we've done really well is like, okay, we've made lashes so different from everything else that existed on the market. And I'm so passionate about the product and continuing to improve the product. We came out with the world's first 6 magnet lash and the world's first colored magnetic lashes. And like that wouldn't have happened if I wasn't also a girl wearing the lashes myself every single day. And I think that goes back to like the man question, like why are all these men phasing out and all these new women coming in. It's because the women are the ones that wear the lashes. That, like, I know what my customers want because I'm the customer also. And I feel like the man just doesn't have that same sense of like purpose, like same sense of what's my why. And I feel like I have that. And so I feel like that's why I think I'll always be, I don't want to say a man, but in the beauty industry, at least, just because of I understand girls. I'm a girl. Like, I understand her and what she needs. Yeah. And so that's kind of what I want to do going forward. I think I'm going to keep Glamnetic for a long time. I don't think we already have offers to buy. I don't want to entertain it right now.
That's awesome. And yeah, that leads me into my next question. When you're talking about the scale of a business you've built and the numbers you're doing, who's someone that's reached out? I'm sure you're on the radar of a lot of important people that you're like, oh my God, I can't believe they reached out and want to talk to us or me.
Well, we've just been reached out by really large investment funds, like multi-billion-dollar investment funds. And another thing of just a partnership, in terms of a partnership, we got reached out by Ulta. I think that was like month 5 or 6. I don't remember, but really, really early on in the business, they cold emailed us and was like, hey, like really, like would love to get on a call and talk about a partnership. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
That was insane. So now, basically we're going to do 1,000 stores with them in January, 1,000 stores. And that's so, that was insane. We launched on the site, Ulta.com about 2-3 weeks ago, and we sold out pretty much the first week we were on there. We like beat their projections by 200%. They were like completely blown away. And I'm really excited about the partnership that we're going to have with Ulta next year. It's going to be big for us in terms of like just a retail presence.
So I have a couple final questions. Where can people reach you? Because I'm sure a lot of people are going to be super inspired by what you're doing. If you're open to being contacted, is it Instagram the best place?
Yes. I'm on Instagram at The Modern Artista, and it's like The Modern and then because I used to be an artist, so that's why the reason for that name. And we are actually also hiring. So if anyone's interested,
open the floodgates.
We're always hiring, especially for overseas people. Believe it or not, because everything's all virtual now. So we're looking for a lot of overseas talent.
Wow.
Here. So we're really open to it. So feel free to DM me.
That's amazing. And if our listeners want to purchase on the site, you got a discount code for us?
Ooh, I got you. So we actually just finished.
You get rich by giving discounts.
She's making plenty of money. She can give a discount. I see what bracelet she's wearing.
Oh my God. Well, on Friday, we gave out the most discounts on our biggest day. So I think discounts are a good idea.
So let's do a code group chat.
Chat for 30% off.
Whoa!
Hey, I might get a pair. You kidding me?
Okay, you heard it. Glamnetic.com. Use the code group chat. This is amazing. I'm super inspired by your story and excited for your future. Please, when you hit 100 mil, please come back, and I'm sure you'll be in some exotic location and send us pictures.
I'd love to come back. We'd probably just still be working because I'll be like, oh, it's not enough. Let's keep going. Yeah,
that's amazing. Very inspiring story. I mean, probably the best story I've heard for an entrepreneur all year.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean,
so much to me.
That scale, and I know in beauty, 80 to 90% gross margins, the profitability must be insane.
Yeah.
You don't have to answer that. I assume the profitability is just through the roof.
Yes, I would assume so. On that note, thank you so much for joining us. Congratulations. This is so exciting.
Congrats.
Thank you for having me.
All right, guys, we're going to take a very quick break to bring you today's sponsor of the Group Chat podcast. It is none other than our friends over at Manscaped. Mirror, mirror on the wall. What is the best brand for my balls? Manscaped, of course. Hold up. Is that a nose pube? Good thing our partners at Manscaped are here to ensure you're taking care of your manhood and your nose hairs with the new Performance Package. Guys, this is a very big deal, especially coming around the holidays time. If you have that male in your life that just either has no nose hairs or just needs a new good ball trimmer, this Performance Package is going to be the perfect gift for them. I personally hate nose hairs and ear hairs. They disgust me. I used to have long ones. Now they are trimmed due to the new Weed Whacker. Manscaped's Performance Package is the ultimate men's hygiene bundle. Included in this package is the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer, which is waterproof and uses 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual blade system. A lot of fancy words for saying this is one badass trimmer. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which helps to prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Look, fellas, 79% of partners polled admitted that long hair, especially in the nose, is a major turnoff. Why not use the best tools to get the job done? This bundle includes the Lawnmower 3.0, the best trimmer on the market for your balls, butt, and body. And let's not forget their famous liquid formulations, the Crop Preserver, Ball Deodorant, and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to maximize your ball hygiene. So you're getting 2 trimmers and the add-ons of the liquid formulations of the Crop Preserver and the Crop Reviver. Get the Performance Package now to receive their 2 free gifts, the Manscaped Boxers and Shed Travel Bag. I've got the travel bag here. This is great to fit everything in, especially on the holidays when you're traveling. Things like that, it comes in handy. It's incredible. It feels great, looks sleek. My favorite part of the package. Also, you will receive a replaceable blade every 3 months to keep your weed whacking and lawn mowing time clean and enjoyable. The Performance Package is the best value that Manscaped has to offer. And get 20% off and free shipping with the code GROUPCHAT at manscaped.com. Thank you, Manscaped, for making our holes look sexy. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code GROUPCHAT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com with the code GROUPCHAT. What are you waiting for? Go whack your weeds. All right, thanks, guys, for supporting us. We're going to get you back into today's episode.
Wow.
Wow is right.
What a story.
You know, we have an award show coming up. And
She wins.
we're talking about Entrepreneur of the Year. She's the dark horse that came out of nowhere, and now at the top of my
last
list.
minute. Last minute, just across the finish line.
Because everyone in media celebrates all the people who, we joke, everyone loses money and they're worth billions of dollars. Loses money. Yeah. Do you know losing money is not good?
I mean, think about how many
wait.
direct-to-consumer companies that have raised hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars that don't even near the amount of business that Glamnetic's doing, nor can they make $1.
No, but I thought like the game was like, how much can you lose?
Well, those people, I would say specifically from the schools like Stanford and Harvard, they teach losing money first.
Because if you lose enough money and you can get to the public markets, you're a billionaire.
Yes.
That's the game.
And the key is if you, and the thing about it is when you're losing a gargantuan amount of money, it's almost quite impressive.
Oh, yeah. It's like, wow, people are allowing.
Like, how do you do that?
Like, you lost $500 million?
You want to, in all
It
seriousness,
sounds
though,
like you should be the CEO of a publicly traded company.
I think in a way that's almost not a joke because people see the amount that you've raised.
Yes.
And that almost speaks like your revenue.
Yes.
Right? Like, this company has raised $500 million in the last, and they're like, what? I want to get in.
If you went to San
Into the
Francisco
incinerator.
In the bubble, forget now, but when I would go there, the reason I would get so irritated, all people talked about it was that person raised, this person raised, raise.
Everyone's getting raises, just like Pete.
What are they doing?
Yeah.
So
I'd
what
say
you raised?
They're burning the money.
I'd say the industry that is excluded from being criticized for losing money, software businesses.
Yeah.
Because
Salesforce will buy you.
not only will you get acquired, but the math makes sense.
Yeah.
At some point.
Retention, at some level of growth, at some level of retention, you can lose money and it works.
But isn't that the only world that allows for an Elizabeth Holmes? Like a world that just celebrates the idea and the amount of people that have put money into it?
I mean, for example, Nicola, yesterday. It announced GM's rolling back their partnership. It's still a $6 billion company. That should go from like
Zero.
15 to 0.
It should be literally a notice should be sent. You guys are no longer on the stock exchange. Get the fuck out of here. You and your stupid fake trucks.
That's TikTok, man. TikTok's keeping it alive.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. And I will tell you what, I know we're going to talk about it. I'm going way out of order here.
Let's
but
go.
I would, okay, disclaimer, we are not registered stock advisors, whatever we got to say there. Judging by the buzz that's generating on TikTok over this Airbnb IPO and the 16-year-olds I have seen saying, guys, this is huge. Airbnb, I'm telling you, that thing is going to be a monster.
Okay, so there's 2 IPOs coming out around the same time that are going to be valued around the same time. Tim is writing this down. And one's called DoorDash. They deliver food.
You see Tim doing this.
Deliver food. Good. I like that. Food, I like.
Yeah,
delivery to me, like check
it.
2 boxes, check. Zoom me out and let me buy some DoorDash stock.
Yep.
Airbnb, the reason why it's gonna pop, to me, it has a very much like a Tesla type cult following.
Yeah.
Where like people who use the product are gonna be like such champions of it. And they're not gonna read the math. They're just buy.
No.
Why would you read the math?
Why would you read the math? What? You said math? That's involved in Robinhood?
But I think both businesses, to be fair, are deserving of whatever ridiculous valuations they get.
Yeah.
Okay, so it sounds like Airbnb is about $35 billion and DoorDash is rumored to be $32 billion. Airbnb at the beginning of the pandemic was raising money at $17 billion. They couldn't even raise money. They had to take debt.
It was a convertible note. So I think Sequoia led that. They're going to make so much goddamn money on that convertible note because it converts at a peak of $17 billion pre-IPO. So on day one, they doubled their money.
And you know that is what that stock is going to fucking pop to the fucking moon.
It is, man. I'm telling you, I've never seen hype on
I will put my
TikTok.
entire account on that fucking
But
singular.
they're good businesses. I mean, Airbnb and DoorDash are going to be around for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, I just think, man.
I can't hate on them.
It's
No,
like
no,
it's like a new Drake album coming.
Yeah.
The way these kids are treating it.
And people that are in the food delivery space that know it intimately say DoorDash is the gold standard.
All right. We're in.
I need
Sold.
to order something in DoorDash once.
Yeah, you should.
I'm gonna experience the gold standard because I'll tell you right now, I'm getting the fucking bronze standard.
From who?
Postmates.
They're not the gold standard.
No,
Or
they're
I
not.
mean, it's just like I don't know who to blame. Do I blame the restaurant? Do I blame the driver? Who am I blame? I need to blame
For
What's your
what?
biggest-
what's
For
the
what
problem?
exactly?
Yeah, what's
fuck
the
ups and orders.
Okay,
restaurant?
so incorrect food or
Yes,
Incorrect order restaurant.
I have to blame the restaurant.
yes.
Okay, timeliness. I have to blame the driver.
No,
Depends.
not always.
You got to see when they picked it up. You got to see if they had it. You know,
I'm
the
looking
biggest-
to point fingers.
If you want to point
Yes.
finger
Yeah.
on delivery time, that's actually the delivery company because that means they don't have enough drivers or they're not routing their drivers in a proper way.
unless
get
the
it more
restaurant, like
efficient.
I've had the restaurant like
Yeah, claim to be busy.
claim to be taking longer on your order than expected. Like they've just been sitting. I've had multiple drivers just sitting at the restaurant for
What
20
restaurant
minutes.
can't? I mean, what restaurant is that? Give me a restaurant.
Let me take a look actually.
Because I'm just like these restaurants are pretty like efficient.
You want to know the ones though? It's like Dialogue Cafe by you.
Okay, yeah.
You know? It's like that.
I love
where, like,
dialogue, so I can't hate on that.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
I know. I do. You got quiet real
Yeah, I
quick.
got quiet.
Like, oh yeah, it was tough. It's tough right now. You know.
Yeah. You know, those burritos, those breakfast burritos are
Really?
worth the fucking wait.
Yeah.
That is the best breakfast burrito.
You know,
Yes.
I've
try it.
recently been ordering from Erewhon.
Okay.
Same
Well,
deal.
that because there's photo shoots
So
happening.
anything like that, yeah, anything like that where Mendocino Farms, anything that's like a cool, healthy, you know, like they care more about quality.
Well,
than
because they
demand.
hire cool, healthy people.
Yeah, I
That,
agree.
don't
Move
hire
it,
cool,
it's-
healthy
yeah.
people.
I agree. You order McDonald's, they're in 10
Yes,
minutes.
they're
10 minutes early.
professionals.
They're like, hey, we here. I know we're early.
The other IPO that since we're just talking IPO talk,
Yep.
is Roblox. Is another IPO, and I not even heard of this company.
Yeah, what's a Roblox? That's like a Lego
Well,
thing?
I'm glad you haven't because it's for kids under 13. That's their sweet
That's
spot.
good. We don't want you hanging out there.
Surprise Gentleman doesn't know.
I am the young one.
But
I am the Zach B of group chat.
Oh, big comparison. He was compared to Michael Jordan, so
Yes.
admit you are Michael Jordan.
The dots.
Yes. Nice to see you, Michael.
What is Roblox?
it's a marketplace for games,
Like online games?
online games,
Okay.
and it has 150 million users. To put things into perspective, Snapchat has 220 million users.
Wow.
220 million users. And this company, which I literally did not know of until 2 days ago, has 150 million users. The revenue is growing extremely quickly. They are still losing money, but they did their own version of the Travis Scott concert with Lil Nas X. 33 million people came through.
How many, do we have any comparison?
I think Travis Scott was like 58 million or 60 million.
Okay, that's pretty, I mean, that was Fortnite.
That's Fortnite, which is
Yeah.
what that is the gold standard on video games at the moment, right? They're the big
How
dog.
about their biggest game is a game called Dot Me? It's been played 10 billion times.
So is this like an app store, like kind of like the Apple App Store, but
But I think that the thing about it is they've created like this ecosystem that allows for games to be created and distributed really easily.
yeah,
And a lot of these games are created by young developers that don't have the resources to go properly launch a game.
Got
So it's effectively like exactly like that. It's created a whole new market for games, because if you were to go compete with a Fortnite today, you'd probably have to go raise a shit ton of money, spend a ton of money on marketing to play that game.
Yeah.
These guys, they have the audience. If you have a hot game and it goes viral, you're now a video game developer. So I think it's created this whole new industry. And now they're talking about, advertising. There's like billions of dollars in currency spent in these games.
Yep.
I mean, Anand made a good, interesting point. How many minutes is used on Roblox? He's like, where are all these kids?
How is every kid doing everything?
This is my view of the country right now.
Yeah.
Every kid does nothing but play video games and sit on Instagram and like watch Jake Paul fight people
And TikTok.
and TikTok. Buys designer clothing.
Yes.
Has been out of work completely with no job opportunity for the whole year, but has more cash than ever.
Yes.
And no second stimulus.
Yeah.
No second stimulus, flush with cash.
Yes, flushed.
I don't get it.
It's
And they're all smoking pot.
yeah, big pot.
Everyone's high with your off-whites and you're like, fuck work.
Yeah.
I'm on Roblox.
And it just the time spent on all of these different things. I mean, think about it. What is the average person doing? If they're actually playing video games, that's hours a day.
Yes.
By the way, every Netflix show is record ratings.
Yeah.
Record
Yes.
numbers. So they're watching TV.
Yeah.
Then they're obviously on TikTok and Instagram.
I mean, tie in YouTube numbers.
And YouTube, that's long form.
Yeah.
All the stuff that's watched that has a lot of views, it's like an hour long.
yeah.
I don't get it, man. I don't know.
I think we might have to stop schooling.
I mean, I think we already have.
did.
Yeah. No, but like the idea of like, it should be like, your kid is 3 or you normally go to preschool. It's just like, all right, dude.
Here's some
I think you
video
should
games.
know
What are you into? You're in the garbage trucks? Cool. Like there's
Yeah.
like 400 games on
Yeah.
Roblox about garbage
garbage
trucks.
trucks.
Good luck.
Good luck, dude. I think we teach them colors and the alphabet and let them go.
Yeah. That's just enough.
Yeah.
How are
Get
you
'em
going to
there?
convince post-pandemic when schools are all in session to convince a kid that you need to sit in this classroom from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m.? That's impossible.
Can you
now that
imagine?
they've seen this world.
Can you imagine after sitting home for a whole year, playing your video games, checking in on your Zoom, pretending like you're working, to go back to a physical school building?
Yeah, and not
is gonna be
play
a
with
mess.
your
I mean,
phone.
Yeah.
for
we
8
already
hours.
know that people won't even come back to work full time once offices are open. That we've already accepted. It's not happening.
No.
There's going to be some combination of work from home, work in the office. It's not going to be what it used to be.
Why should kids have to go?
How are you going to, and these are like 30-year-old adults
Yeah.
that are be like, hell no, I ain't going to the office.
I'll tell you what, I'm long on sweatpants.
Yeah. So pants are here to stay.
know what I
Just
mean?
start.
At leisure. It's called at leisure. It's not at leisure because no one's working out. It's at leisure.
Yeah.
Oh,
someone
you're
dropped
at
the
leisure.
H.
Yeah. Drop the H. It's
Got
just
it.
you are at leisure.
Yes, all day, every day.
You know what
Like
you
these
should
kids are on
sell?
their
You
phones.
You should sell a combo that's like a button-up top and like the comfiest sweats.
Yeah.
And it's the video call combo.
I think I just make a hoodie that has the buttons coming
Down to
down
the chest.
Yeah.
And then it's hoodie below.
Yeah. Just like,
And then how are you going to convince these kids when they're adults to work?
That's,
Well, you know,
especially if there's another stimulus, especially
no,
if
but here's the thing. I actually think that is not going to be the problem because what the world is teaching us, just from this interview, Glamnetic, she was an artist. She went to UCLA. I don't think anything she learned at UCLA helped her start her business. Probably being an artist and experiencing life had more impact on her business than college did. And she went on to create a business that's going to do $50 million this year. I look at the Roblox thing, and I'm reading these young kids are developing games for that community. So it's like, at least because they have access to everything and now the world is flat, you can then go and just do it. Like you'll figure it out because these kids are going to watch a TikTok video, get inspired and be like, fuck it, I'm going to go do this.
But it's just that when you look at the numbers, the sheer mass of people that will never start something is a lot of people.
But I think they will be inspired to go work for that company or go, because they're going to need money at some point.
Apparently not. It's just, I don't know where it's coming from,
That's
man.
the long-term.
But that's a 14-year-old.
That's a long-term existential threat that I think the pandemic's going to create. You're not going to be able to convince kids to go back to the classroom. And when they're in the classroom, they're just going to be telling the teachers, like, screw you, Roblox is popping.
Fuck off. I'm on Roblox, ma'am. It's crazy. I don't know. I do think we need another stimulus. I do think all that stuff. But I think a whole year of not having to work or show up anywhere or get dressed or shower for that matter. And that has long-term effects. I've talked to people who are on, living off a stimulus or whatever, and are just kind of like, yeah, whatever, this is cool. Yeah. They're not worried. They're not concerned about.
Yeah.
And so just the simple habit of having to drive to a building every day is going to seem so terrible.
Yeah.
And you're going to have even more inequality because there's going to be a small portion that will be like, screw it, I want to go build a business.
Yeah.
I want to go do this. And that's going to be very small. And they're all going to be billionaires.
You're going to have the 50 million in 1 year crowd.
Yeah. And then the rest are like, no, I'm not leaving my game. I'd rather sleep on the couch.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. We got to keep it moving, but we will see. The next thing is kind of on this topic is Zoom. Mm-hmm. Is Zoom peaking or what's happening? Shares are falling. Have we just reached maximum video chat capacity?
Yeah, they kind of came out and pretty much, came out with their earnings, obviously blew out all the expectations, but kind of also did warn that things can't continue at this pace.
Yeah.
And I think for them, the perfect scenario has happened. They're this enormous company now. But what is their future? Where do they play in our society? There obviously is a lot of competition in video conferencing. I mean, there's free ones like Google, which all of my calls have now become Google.
Yeah, mine are all Google.
Because it's free.
Yep.
And it's pretty damn good for free. So I'm not getting, I remember early pandemic, everything was on Zoom. And now all these other things people are realizing are free. You're like, okay, cool.
Plus, if you have Gmail, it just ties in through that.
Yeah, the second you hit the calendar invite, it's like, boom, add
Zoom's-
video.
Zoom has a couple little, Google's just a little easier.
Yeah.
Just click it, you're in. It's already came with the invite, see you there.
Yeah.
Okay?
I mean,
I need to be allowed access to so-and-so's meeting.
yeah.
Fuck off.
Enter password.
Don't have me sitting in the lobby, Pete.
Yeah.
And I'd like to see Zoom Phone, their new product, is the fastest growing segment. So people are done with video.
I'm so done with video.
Yeah, I think it's stupid.
People are video chatting for just the most random shit that used to be a text.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to hop on a call? We can figure this out in video.
Can you call?
For the
You
dumbest
said
things.
red or blue, right? I don't know. Let's hop on a call.
I'll tell you, I totally agree. I don't think we need to have
They ruined
everything doesn't
FaceTime
need
too.
to be a video.
Mm-hmm.
People are just obsessed with the concept of seeing another person. But
I get it for certain things.
Yeah.
But come on. The phone call got completely wiped out.
I
Poor
get it.
phone.
If you're raising capital from someone, I want to see you. If I'm going to give you money, I need to see you.
Totally. What do
Or
you look
hiring.
like?
Or
Did you
hiring.
shave? Yeah. Totally agree. There's instances where it's a must, but there's so many. Everything. The problem is, I think a lot of like text exchange and all of phone calls just got thrown into the video call bucket.
Yeah.
What's going to happen in the finance world where I think people in finance and companies raising money and companies going public were the largest segment of business travel. So now we've just proven you can raise unlimited amount of capital, unlimited number of IPOs without ever leaving wherever you live.
Yeah.
So is that the new standard?
I mean, why would you do? I understand that. Let's say it wiped out, for sake of conversation, 100% of that. 30, 40% maybe comes back because it's like, yeah, this is nice. I want to get away from my wife. Want to have a meeting. Want to go to
Need to
dinner.
get an affair.
Yeah, I need to catch up with the side chick.
Yeah, that's why I don't think it's going anywhere because the powers
But not
that be
100.
like traveling.
But what if 100 went away? What portion comes back?
No, so for example, when I was an analyst at Citigroup in investment banking, when I actually worked on a SPAC that had to go on a roadshow, and this
you were
is
ahead of your time, man.
that was 2006, 7.
Early SPAC.
Early SPAC.
Yeah, you could have been such a dick by now. You could have just been that guy like, hey, D, your brother, man, is fucking doing the thing again.
Yeah.
So anyways, a roadshow, they had a private jet. We'd fly around city to city, stack 7 to 10 meetings in a city in like Boston, get on a plane, go to Houston, get on the jet and go. And I'm just like the bitch boy that's like making sure things are fine. Like that's not necessary anymore.
No, you have like an Obama-style travel schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, and not cheap.
No, of course not. And they literally would book Four Seasons and Ritz-Carlton hotels, and we'd be there for 2 hours. So they'd pay for all our rooms. We'd be there for 2 hours and get out.
I mean, is that a $500,000 roadshow? How much is that?
More.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Private plane?
Private plane, 10 days, Ritz-Carltons and Four Seasons, unlimited meals,
Drinks.
So what
Cocktails.
portion comes back? Some of that will come back though. People, if you have the money for the jet and the
Yeah,
unlimited, you're like, yeah, not so bad. But like, is it half?
I would say conservatively it's half. I wouldn't be surprised 5 years from now it's up.
because people are just like,
There are people calling for like a Roaring 20s style, like 2021, 2022, where like everything's in
Wait,
person.
you want to do a video call? Why don't you just fly to
fly
London?
to you, man.
I'll come tomorrow.
No, so
I'll spend 3 weeks.
I'll tell you.
Yeah.
I'll tell you the problem with no matter how much people want to run away from their wives and families and have affairs and kids and make that business travel excuse.
Just pack it all in.
We're exposing so many men in this category that are like, hey.
That brutal honesty hit hard in that.
but-
that pharmaceutical sales
Honey,
trip.
it's not a trip. He's
Guess
cheating.
what? You can Zoom to sell pharmaceuticals.
Yes, you can.
My point is that eats into business profits.
Yeah.
So one thing people won't just let the bullshit happen again is if it costs the company money. Like Airbnb, for example, laid off a shit ton of people, realized they didn't need them. They didn't rehire them.
No.
And now the
And their
valuation's double.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just if the executives can't help but do it. Like if the manager is like, we're flying to New York, I want to be there in person, then all the underlings go, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have no idea. This year has been a complete mystery to me, but I do think both things are right. There's a portion that why would it ever come back? And there's a portion that people are going to be dying to get out of their house.
So I think it's going to be K-shaped. At the top
It's
of the
K-shaped.
firm,
It's big
they're
time.
getting back on the jet and the
Yeah.
plane, the first class, and the mid-level manager's screwed.
I
I
met
want to see commercial airline travel versus private jet air travel in 2022.
I met with a very large retailer a few weeks ago based in New York City. They flew out to me.
Really?
Yes. They flew out.
Was
Yeah,
it
they
necessary?
I mean, it could have. I think we got more done, frankly, in person, and it was a very short meeting, and it was very productive. But no, you could have done that over phone. But
Yeah.
it was 3 of them. They came into the office, met with them, and they left. And I was like, "Wow, you guys flew!" And they're like, "Yeah, we have to get the fuck out of New York City."
See, there's going to be so much of that. When everyone's vaccinated, they're going to be like, what?
Yeah.
Missouri? Let's head over. We'll head over.
What is that? 3 stops on Spirit?
Yeah, whatever. I could use some time. Sheila, I'm out of here.
Good luck with the
I got another one.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the last thing is in the, gosh, I don't know what I would call it. Maybe like the town whore of tech products, the story. Everyone's got it.
Yep.
You got an app, you got a platform, make sure you got stories on there.
Town or
What are you talking about?
Oh, what I'm saying is the product
Yeah,
that is
yeah,
the
yeah.
story has been
got it.
poured out so much.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a little vulgar, but after you came in with the wives and side pieces, I got fired up.
Let's talk about horses.
Jesus.
You know how upset your parents are right now hearing this?
I know, man. I'm sorry. I'm Auden did it.
Yeah.
Anyway,
right.
the point is, Spotify is apparently next on the list. They're adding stories.
yeah.
This is just genius.
Whoa.
Whoa.
I was going to say, what for?
I was gonna say way too much. Who? What? But you like it?
No, I hate it. I'm just kidding.
He doesn't even know
It was
what
sarcasm.
it is.
Come on, Pete. I thought you were gonna have like a stock angle here.
Yeah, no, not really.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know. It just seems to me like, who knows? Maybe it works. Maybe for all these companies, it has worked. But I don't. It's just like, really?
So the way Spotify is using stories is their artists they gave a select group of artists access to it. So like Kelly Clarkson or whomever, and they want them to use it to give background on songs, on the experience, and just whatever, share whatever content they want. I think the thing is that like stories might be the most genius digital product of the last 10 years because what Snapchat did with that idea is that like there is a universe, there's pretty much everyone who's on social media prefers to communicate via story because it goes away. Anything you think that might be permanent, people are not interested in conveying that way. And so it's all about the moment. It's all about the now. And I think the idea of stories across all these different platforms makes sense to me. Like, I think everything will continue to go more and more that direction because the idea of putting something on your Instagram feed, like, for example, I'm a married person with kids. My life's pretty stable and simple. And like, okay, if I post something as my family, as my wife, whatever.
Yep.
If I'm 24 and I'm just living my life, and those are the people that, the 18 to 25 is like probably the biggest user of social media. Like, why would you want anything permanent? It's stupid.
Yeah. Well, especially now when you get canceled.
Yeah,
so
it's
quick.
not worth it.
Who knows? Like, it might not be cool to like say McDonald's sucks in 10 years.
No.
That could get you canceled.
Easily.
Yeah, why
Sucks?
would you?
What does suck mean?
Yeah.
What are you referencing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Canceled.
Yeah, you can't
Canceled.
suck. You're not
can't
allowed to suck
suck.
in 2030.
Nah, stand up for suckers.
Yeah.
You
know
have
what I
to
mean?
imagine Instagram story content just has to be way down for so many reasons. Obvious reasons, people aren't going anywhere. Second reason, it's not cool to show if you're with other people. You're not posting your kind of social hangs. I'd imagine it's just falling off a cliff. I doubt Facebook will ever release that data.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good point. I think you're right.
So I saw an interesting integration that somebody like made up, but it was the For You page of TikTok, but for Spotify. And I think that could actually work far better than stories because it was like the concept of it's just artist sharing, but it's the small clips that would be of TikToks, but it's song discovery. So then you're getting like a For You page feel, but it's in Spotify. So that discoverability is more of like the experiences.
So
Yeah.
Spotify does a good job of that. Like based on my music listening,
Right.
they suggest playlists for me. Like your daily listen, play one, your daily listen two. So like if I'm listening to kids' music for Dom, they will give me a playlist the next day with all these kids songs that are very similar to those songs.
Right.
Or if I'm listening to rap and then like the other day I was listening to Future, I got a playlist of all like Future type records. So I think Spotify is genius in terms of recommendation and discovering because I would have never discovered as much music if it wasn't for Spotify.
Right. And that's what they were trying to marry was in fact that algorithm and then into something of a format like
Well,
that.
you saw what Netflix just added with the shuffle. Did we talk about that?
Yeah, that was what I pointed out.
Yeah, and I did it, and because
Of course
I
you
watched
did.
Dash and Lily, which is horrible, by the way.
Was that on your shuffle?
No, I actually willingly picked it.
Okay.
Um,
You just shoot straight for horrible, huh?
Dude, he just
You're
he
just like,
shoots to
this
the
looks
moon
like
and
shit.
Yeah, I
bet
mean,
I'll
land somewhere
like it.
way in between.
Yeah, and I mean, it was like a holiday rom-com, but like didn't suit me.
Yep.
And they took me to another one that looks exactly like something that I would like,
Yeah.
which another like hillbilly something.
Hillbilly, yeah, it's a new one, the Hillbilly Homeboy or something like
Yes,
that.
that looks like another like rom-com top vibe.
It's weird.
Yeah, so it just, I think that is, curation is a big part of it,
Yeah.
but it's got to be like curation for you, not general people.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. The good news is everyone's making moves. Everyone's trying to figure out how to like take what they have on their platform and make it way bigger. My biggest bet is still on OnlyFans. How about this story? That the coronavirus, don't know if you guys have heard of it or not, it's just like a little
The
bug.
novel coronavirus?
It's a little bug that's going around.
SARS-CoV-219,
19.
right?
Yeah, that's it. That's the one. Little known virus that's kind of making its way through the world. Was here in the United States before it was officially identified in China. Now, that's what the CDC is saying. Very tricky language. It doesn't necessarily mean that it didn't come from that little bat over there in the wet market. But, are they implying, or are they just saying it got here quicker? Like, what are we getting at here?
They're pretty much saying that it was in China a month earlier than everyone thought it was. It was in America in the middle of December. And there's clearly some issues on timelines because the real challenge is China is not giving, they're never going to tell us what really went down.
Mm-mm.
So we're never going to get the true origin of timing because it may have been in China 2 years ago.
You know what's crazy is no one's there. There's going to be no blowback to China.
No. Zero.
That they forget if you want to believe they created the virus or not. I think it's kind of foolish to not bet that it was created in the lab, whether they intentionally let it out or not. That's up for debate.
Yep.
But them not sharing what was really going on and the millions of people that either have died or going to die, and there's no payback.
No.
There's no blowback for that.
Think about the fact that China just did that, and they have full Muslim concentration camps.
These guys kill millions of people very comfortably.
And
Well,
no
they
one
killed
does
a million
anything.
people around the world. Forget if they're killing people in their own country. That's one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no punishment.
They killed 250,000 Americans.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I already feel sketchy talking about it this much.
Yeah, I don't understand.
That's why. Look at that. Look at that feet. Look at they can't even get LeBron to speak up.
Yeah, I think the whole entire world, they are the world superpower.
That's the way it looks, right?
Yeah. They got us in check.
Who else gets away with that?
Yeah.
Who else can get away with acting that way? It's scary that's...
It's like the
The power they
schoolyard
have.
bully that's just bigger and stronger than everyone. And when he comes and beats the shit out of little kids, everyone just puts up
They
with
just
it.
turn around like, oh, did Johnny fall?
I think what will happen is a cultural revolution in China. That's the only way this problem actually gets solved because we have clearly no ability to keep them checked. It's going to be the young people in China that cause the change. Because there's no chance this is going to happen with any United States. If the United States cannot stand up to China, who will we rely on?
Well, I think with China, this was such a great marketing tool for China, for their own population, that they're open, they're living normal lives, and we're fighting in the U.S. over whether you need to wear a mask at Walmart or not. So the population will be like, hey, I don't need all my rights.
Yeah.
So I think they win every which way.
No, but there are, I understand, I would say it's a vast majority, I probably agree with you on. No one gets to reign over their people forever.
But I think they've figured out, like I think the concentration camp killing, they're gonna get some blowback internally at some point over that, you would think.
Yeah.
But they've kind of treaded this line that they're a communist regime that's given their citizens just enough rights, just enough business success, just enough money, where no one is really willing to give that up. And like the reason why most revolutions happen is that you're oppressing your people and they all live like shitty lives. Plenty of people in China living great lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always going to be that one kid in the, at the coffee shop that's like thinking in his head right now, this shit's got to change.
I hear you, but I don't even think that's possible in China, which they are in a surveillance state. Everything's recorded, everything's tracked. So the moment something like that's bubbling, they extinguish it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what my guess is on this one. It just feels scary that in 2020 there is someone that acts this way. Like North Korea acts this way, but they get held accountable for it. Everyone just turns a blind eye to these like crazy things. It's that anytime that's happening, that's like, whoa, there's something way more, it's way more powerful than you might think or than you might just look at economy-wise.
Right.
Okay, well, we'll see. But I guess we won't see because it all starts with having that information, which we will never have.
Yeah.
But man, I'll tell you what, back in December, I feel like we were just dodging the Rona left and right, especially, as we talked about on it.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine, the amount of travel I did in December, January, and February.
Yeah.
Insane. I was in New York. I was in Paris. We went to Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I went up and down the coast. I went to Seattle twice. I went to all the hot spots of Corona.
You did. You dodged the bullet.
Or maybe it went through me already. I need to get the antibody test.
Yeah,
Well,
even your antibodies would have been gone. Yeah.
Yeah, 6 months. That's what they're saying.
Fuck.
Okay. Let's talk about, we didn't talk about this Iranian, did we?
No.
The nuclear scientist, the head of the nuclear program in Iran was assassinated. It looks like, was that broad daylight?
Yes.
Okay. What do we know?
This is the most fucking insane story. I'm going to break down what these folks did. So the assassination happened in Iran on the freeway. And this is, when I read out how it went down, it's so crazy. So entering this town where it's like a vacation village east of Tehran, the scientists' 4-car convoy took a U-turn on the highway around 2:30 p.m. and continued toward town. The convoy came under fire from a machine gun mounted on a Nissan pickup truck, which sprayed this guy's car with bullets, leaving him wounded in the side and the back with his spine severed. The pickup truck then exploded.
So those people all died?
Yes.
So like they had bombs rigged to the,
Yeah.
shoot him up and then blow yourselves up.
Or they just blew I don't know if they were in the car or not, or they wanted to just make sure the evidence of it all gone.
Yeah.
But so Iran is accusing Israel on that they are the ones that planned this because of, all the nuclear kind of weapons program that Iran has been building. And the Israeli government came out with a statement where they're saying they didn't admit that they had anything to do with it, but they didn't actually they also didn't condemn it, saying that this is a problem for this region and it has to be dealt with. And so we don't know who's really behind it. No one's accepting responsibility, but this is a movie.
This is a movie.
The insane movie. You can't even write this shit.
Whoever did it is really good at their job.
Yeah. Yeah. It is like the type of stuff you see in movies. You're like, oh, well, that doesn't really happen like that. It happened.
Yeah.
All right. Well, sketch. We'll see what happens, but just when it comes to the head of the Iranian nuclear program, that's something has to come from that, right?
Yeah.
That doesn't just get swept under the rug.
No.
And it's interesting that Saudi Arabia and Israel both have a common enemy in Iran. So everyone thinks their bonds are going to get tighter as the years come by.
That's crazy.
Okay. All right. Next up, just wondering if you guys have decided to, protesting has been a big, thing. A lot of things to protest, but even all the way down to people are protesting obviously through Beverly Hills with Trump signs, or they were. I think it's over now. I'm wondering if this maybe could be the thing that gets you guys to pick up the signs.
Okay.
In India, farmers have taken to the streets, shutting down the roads. The tractors are out. They're not happy. You guys interested? Do you want to hit Wilshire?
I'll pick up a tractor.
I don't think
Let's
you could pick up a tractor.
Or I'll ride a tractor.
Hop on one.
So the story is basically Prime Minister Modi in India has enacted a handful of laws in the last few months that favor big private corporations and crush farmers that aren't big corporations. So individuals and small business owners of farms. And these are like generational. That's how they feed their families. And they're likely not very, they don't have a lot of money.
Mm-hmm.
And 86% of farmers in India fall in that category of like, they're just trying to survive. And these new laws basically are very disadvantageous to them. And they literally are in tractors and bringing their equipment, and they've camped out in New Delhi, which is the capital of India, and forcing the government, or trying to force the government's hands, like, we're not leaving. So they've shut down roads. They're sleeping in the streets. They're just saying, change the rules or else. And India, which is a country that has suffered from corruption left, right, and center, what this smells like, without being an insider there, is that there's a handful of big private corporations that have promised bribes and money and donations to people's campaigns and Swiss bank accounts, because this unlocks billions and billions of dollars to a handful of folks.
Yeah.
And you can't do this in a country where 70% of the population still lives in poverty.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. It's like, we have plenty of K-shaped problems here. Like, that is just...
That's an I. It's not a K.
Yeah. And I mean, and it's just like, I stand with the farmers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to get some tractors.
I mean, India has so much. India needs a revolution of its own. And I think the corruption in the government is just obscene. I mean, if you watch Bad Boy Billionaires of India on Netflix, you see it all. Like, you see how it's such a, it is not a society where, like, how we hear these stories of incredible entrepreneurs. You have to break the rules there.
And in a country where it's widely known that some of the richest people in the country are politicians, not because they're paying the highest salaries to get the smartest people, it's because they're taking the most bribes.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's a messy one. I mean, I don't know. That seems to be like, I guess that's always been the story, but it just seems to be a story that's really getting highlighted in 2020.
Yeah.
Is like this sort of the I think the separation of the wealth gap is just like, it's a topic everywhere.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's it. It's time to wrap it up with our As Seen on Social.
Yeah.
Dee, what have you seen anywhere on social media in the last week that you feel like everyone needs to know about?
So I was going to do a fun one, and I'll quickly mention it, but I'm going to do the one that Anand just talked about also, because I think that's important. Tyler Hero DM'd some young lady pre-Orlando bubble, and yo, what's up? Yo, just
yoing.
Just spitting some game.
Just yoing it up.
This young woman chooses not to respond.
Okay.
She then posted on the DM on Twitter today, like, I'm such a bonehead. I'm a clown. How did I not respond to this guy?
Because she didn't know who he was?
Or
he wasn't popping.
He wasn't popping.
Harlow didn't have a song about him back then.
That's what did it. Okay.
So when I saw, I was dying that she made fun of herself. Like, I cannot believe I didn't respond to this guy. So sometimes those DMs, you gotta, keep, because she said I was talking to someone else at the time. So that's why I didn't respond.
But I mean, are you sure does he have a girlfriend now or something?
I'm sure he's doing well in that department.
Yeah, but
he's dating some model chick.
But throw your shot late. I mean, this is the thing. I just want to say it's refreshing in this day and age when we live in a culture of like trying to call people out, that this young lady took the opposite approach.
Yeah, she's like, I'm an idiot. I should have responded.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good one. What was the other one? You have another one?
The Tony Hsieh story that just came out.
Yes, the Daily Mail just did an article saying friends of Tony Hsieh fear his addiction to nitrous oxide and love of candles and increased alcohol and drug use. This is all speculation, but the Daily Mail ran it. Led to his untimely death. We don't have details of how that all connects, but because it's such a topic that everyone's talking about,
I hate to say it, but that makes more sense to me.
So everyone that I've talked to as friends that don't even know who he is, thought this was very suspicious.
Yeah.
And this is like completely outsider perspective. Like, how's this guy, how's a fire? Like, what happened?
Yeah. Okay.
So nitrous oxide is whippets, right?
Yeah.
Pete?
Believe so.
That's what. That's the Whippets actually have made a big comeback in at least in like pop culture.
Really?
Yeah. So anyway, we'll see. I don't know. It's on the Daily Mail, so it's worth mentioning. But we will see. Obviously, we hate to speculate about anything like that, but the story does just. It seemed weird to me from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know. Okay. On it. What have you seen on social?
So the Ravens and Steelers NFL teams, they have a game tomorrow. They got pushed because of 19 players on the Ravens have COVID.
Okay, that's quite a bit. That was
like their star quarterback, like their star defensive players, like everyone's out.
Was that Thanksgiving weekend originally?
It was supposed to be Thursday.
Yeah.
The
So
Thursday
Thanksgiving
night.
night.
Yeah. So it's now being played tomorrow at 12:40 p.m. Pacific, 3:40 Eastern by NBC. And that's an odd time for an NFL game. You could air, there's no competition, right?
Yeah.
NBC has the rights to the game and are choosing to air the lighting of the Rockefeller tree in New York City over putting the NFL game on primetime. Are there that many people that want to see the tree get lit over
Maybe there are.
NFL?
Maybe there are, though. Maybe there just are. Maybe the numbers are just like, hey, little did you know. Fucking tens and tens
I
of
don't think
millions.
so. I don't believe that.
But what would be the reason for doing that? Is maybe like so many people out that the game's going to be shit and so they're tucking it away? Like, why would there be any logical reason?
I don't know.
What I
guess
said was make the halftime of the Steelers-Raven game a little bit longer. Shove that tree ceremony in
how
the middle.
long does it take to light a tree?
No,
Maybe
because it's a performances. It's like a whole spectacle.
Maybe they're very religious
Tree people.
owners over there. And they're like, you know what? This is what's more important this year. This fucking tree. I don't know. That tree looked like
I have
shit.
another
Did they
good
spice
scene
it
on
up?
social.
Yeah.
A friend sent this to me. I'm not going to say who it is.
Okay.
Say who it is.
But a woman in Huntington Beach had a sign that said, I'd rather get COVID-19 than Biden 20.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. You want to know something interesting?
I mean, look, I don't agree, but damn it, gotta give her credit.
I was in.
It's creative.
It's really
I went to Huntington Beach for Thanksgiving, and I went for a long run. Ran 12 miles, getting ready for the GRC race, and
Seems almost dangerous at this point.
so I would say it's like 30% masks on the beach,
Okay.
which is probably in line with Santa Monica, by the way. No one's wearing masks on the beach in Santa Monica either.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I'll tell you the most interesting thing. You know, everyone's friendly, just, you know, nodding when you run by, whatever. See an Asian kid,
Okay.
Trump hat.
Interesting.
That's a popular
Young
thing.
kid, too. Not like 25. I'm talking like 16-year-old kid roaming around.
Just Roman?
Do you think, is it possible he just wants to fit in with the culture?
Yeah, maybe.
Like if you go on Fairfax, you're going to dress a little cooler. 'Cause you
Yeah.
wanna-
Maybe he's from out of town. He's like, I guess this is probably his work.
Yeah.
I wear
Let me get
here.
this hat over there and
Yeah.
Bud Light.
Oh my gosh. But it didn't even feel weird or out of place, right? Or did it?
For me, it did, because I looked at him. He looked at me. I kept staring at him. I'm like, are you serious?
You should have asked him.
You'd have to stare at
You get how this
71
shit
million
works?
people.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, it's like wearing the losing team of the Super Bowl. That's why I change the jerseys if my guy loses.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
go
have
to the winner.
loyalty.
Yeah.
What?
it's
You don't have loyalty.
Yeah,
No
D,
loyalty.
Even if D was the most diehard Trumper, he'd have a Biden Kamala shirt on
that guy-
today.
Yeah.
That
Why
guy
would you want to
probably
be
fits
associated
in.
with
It's
losing?
probably safer for him to wear that down there.
Maybe that's what he thought. Or maybe it's just merch. Like the guy said, like you go to a sports game, you go to Disney, you grab a shirt that fits in with the times. You know, you feel like you're wearing the costume for the place.
I have friends
Go to
post
Huntington
9/11 when we were in college. They were Indians, brown skin, would put the American flag on the car because they were fear of getting pulled over.
Yeah.
Boom.
It's the same way that right now in LA, businesses are still boarded up and they spray paint BLM on the boards. I'm not saying that all of those places don't support the cause, but I am saying that I think it's a little bit of insurance against getting looted and stuff.
Yes.
Because if you notice, every place, or if it is black owned, they'll say black owned or BLM or we're with you. Or there's like, you know what I mean?
They don't want the smoke.
Maybe that's what that guy was doing.
Yeah.
He's like, look, I'm Asian. I'm going to Huntington Beach. I don't want the smoke. Make America fucking whatever we're doing. Okay.
He should have the COVID-19 Biden 20. He probably would have gotten cheers.
Oh, yeah. He would have went viral. Okay, mine is just, I'm going to be a little repetitive, but I wanted to follow up from, I just wanted to say, it is not the time, Nate Robinson, or anyone thinking about doing anything similar, to put yourself with the world of social media in a situation where you might be so globally embarrassed because the memes all week have been hot.
Yeah.
And Jake Paul is already riding the victory train. He's severely calling out Floyd Mayweather or Conor McGregor, which I can't see how in any world that ends well.
Yeah.
But hey, I'm here for the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But it's just been all the week recap has been all of the like talk shows and like the breakfast clubs and Hot 97s and everyone just going over it. And yeah, he just got it. I mean, you get knocked out and then you get the week spent just pouring salt in the wound and making memes.
That's amazing.
So that's what I got.
Okay.
Okay, we got any shout outs?
Yeah.
What do we got?
We got a few shout outs. The first one is to Patrick Williams. It's his birthday. I think it was on November 29th. He's a big fan of the podcast. I talk to him on DM all the time. He's a young hustler. He's going to do big things. So happy birthday, Patrick. Then we have Anthony Pryor, who actually is the one that is taking credit for connecting Keeping Up with the Karens and group chat together.
Wow.
He said that he put him on to the podcast and he's like, I want to get some love for that. I agree. You deserve some love for that.
You do.
So thank you, Anthony.
Thank you.
The next one is for Ashley Hostetler, who is going to be giving birth in February to her first child. And her husband just wanted to send some love because she's apparently, had a kind of a challenging pregnancy in the early stages, but she's been a trooper. She also goes to work every single day, a school psychologist, which, that can't be easy right now. And she just is a trooper, works really hard, and she's from Akron and Canton, Ohio.
Well, samesies.
Yeah.
Shout out to you.
And one more thing. Her husband writes such a heartfelt message about her wife who's had a rough pregnancy, but still maintains Pete is an idiot.
Yes.
Wow. Even through tough times.
Through tough times, she has the clarity.
Yeah. The perseverance.
Yes,
Yeah.
to recognize that.
Good for her.
So
Wow.
you have a great husband. He just wanted to shout you out for all the great things you do.
Shout out to Akron/Canton.
Yeah, and then we got Miguel, who actually used to help us edit some group chat clips. He 1 year anniversary at Webflow, his company that he works at.
Congrats.
So I have actually met Miguel. We came to a Run Club event we had in San Francisco a few years ago.
Nice.
So
Thank you, Miguel.
thank you, Miguel. Congratulations on 1 year. And then our guy Vinay had another shout out.
Oh.
Which I don't quite understand, but it's a birthday shout out to. He goes to my fave Irish American Paul Caffrey.
Okay.
And congrats on starting Paul's Wall.
Paul's Wall.
Is that related to Paul Wall?
Is this related to the Mexico border?
Oh.
Maybe he said, you know what? Donald couldn't get it done. Come
Paul
on
can.
down to Paul's Wall.
Yeah.
It's about, it's 20 feet wide, but I'm doing my part.
So that's it.
Okay.
Can I do one last scene on social because it's
Please.
hysterical?
Yes.
Jose Canseco tweeted yesterday, I will fight any one of the Logan brothers. They have enough for anyone doesn't even make any sense, with any type of talent yet or fighting skills. Logan Paul retweets it and says, no problem. I love smashing Cansecos.
Ooh.
Doesn't Jose Canseco have an Instagram influencer daughter?
That
Yes.
was dating Logan Paul.
Yeah.
No,
wow.
they just broke up.
They just
That's
broke
why.
up.
Oh my God.
Oh, geez.
Oh,
That's why
yeah.
he's so much
That's
better.
the whole reference.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
so much better than you thought.
Yeah.
Because
Great.
what happened was apparently the daughter just broke up with Logan or whatever happened there. I don't know. And so that's Jose trying to step in and be like, yo, I'll beat up a Paul. And then he just murdered you.
I think Logan can beat the shit out of Jose
Beat
Canseco.
the shit out of Jose Canseco.
And why is everyone's so mad that Jake Paul beat Nate Robinson?
Yeah.
Those kids can fight.
Like I saw Black Boy JB being like, I'm next. But it's like Jake Paul would beat the shit out of
Yeah.
you.
There's a line of people that they can just embarrass.
If I was Jake Paul, I'd be like, I'm doing 10 fights a night. From
How
now
long was Nate Robinson? 10 minutes.
until
He could've
April.
easily beat
Literally,
up
like
Jose
Jose's
Canseco.
first, then Black Boy JB is gonna hop in, and then fucking.
I'm gonna go as far
Canseco
to say, if you are not a professional boxer, this is not your craft. The Paul brothers are gonna beat your ass.
No, and I think that people, this really shows the confidence, the like false confidence that people have when it comes to fighting. Because it's just that, like, it doesn't matter. People think Jake Paul is like goofy and like, oh, YouTuber, I could beat the shit out of a YouTuber. If you're not training for the shit, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And that's what happened to Nate Robinson. He was so cocky about it.
Yeah.
Well, it didn't look like he was really training, and the guy just got put to sleep.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of people getting embarrassed by these two kids.
Another good scene on social was that Nate Robinson wrote this long message about thank you guys and thanks Triller and I'm doing fine. And someone commented and said, who wrote this? Nate's still asleep.
Okay, on that note.
Okay, there it is. Well, step up, man. If anyone wants to test those hands, step up and get knocked out by a YouTuber. That should be the campaign for spring. All right, there it is. Thank you guys. Have a great midweek, and we'll see you at the end of it.